Hey friends, you're listening to a special podcast episode recorded live at PAX 8 Beyond in Denver, where the brightest minds and boldest innovators in cloud, cybersecurity, and IT services gathered to define the future of our industry. A big thank you to our incredible partners who helped make this event possible, LionGuard, BVoIP, and TrueGrid, and of course, PAX 8 for creating this unforgettable experience. And now, on with the show. Hello friends, Uncle Marv here with another episode of the IT Business Podcast, recording live at PAX 8 Beyond in Denver, Colorado. We are winding down day one. As I'm watching other podcasters leave, I'm still going, and the reason I'm still going is just because Justin Esgar has come over to the booth and said, "Hey, I want to do a show," and I'm like, "Okay." So, Justin, welcome.
Hey, man, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm super stoked to be on your show.
So let's give people a little history. You actually show up on the YouTube usually when you guys do a Wednesday night YouTube with Eric Anthony at the All Things MSP.
Yeah, so I'm the host of the All Things MSP podcast. Usually out on Tuesdays. I pop in every now and then live shows on Wednesday. I like to say that it's Eric's show, but that I'm just the yapping head for it. But he continuously reminds me that it's my show too. It makes me feel better about it, like a fatherly figure.
Well, he just wants to make sure that you keep coming back and bailing him out.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like doing the show. I'm big on being on podcasts. So I saw this. I didn't realize, because this is my first PAX 8. I didn't realize that this whole podcast row thing was happening. So I literally was like, my goal today is to get on everybody's show.
You mean Eric didn't tell you?
I'm actually not even here as part of the thing. I came here.
I realized that, but he was coming. He couldn't at least extend an olive branch.
He said we'll do a show. Yeah, he said we'll do a show or two together, and that has turned into me interviewing 7 people today for him.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I'm psyched to be here. I have a couple of staff members. We run an Apple-based MSP, so I have a couple of staff guys that are here. And I'm glad that they're getting some takeaways. I'm glad that I'm getting to get my face out there. I'm an egotistical person. I really just want to get my face in everyone's show. Like if
you
PAX
said
8,
that, not me.
No, but if PAX 8 gets synonymous with Justin Esgar, more power to me.
Okay. So let me go ahead and ask the history there, because I knew that you were running an MSP. Yeah. For some reason, it never dawned on me that it was just Apple-based.
Yeah.
Maybe because I don't always listen. There are times when you guys do your show and I'm like, what are they talking about? That's worse than me. We go off the rails, but you guys are like down the side of the mountain.
Someone has left a review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars, not sure what I just listened to, 30 or 40 minutes, had nothing to do with MSP. Right. That's all it said.
Yes.
I don't know who it is, and I love that person.
Yeah. But you run the Apple-based MSP.
Yeah.
When did you start that? Were you always an Apple geek? I mean, what's the story?
Yeah, so I have always been an Apple person. Going way back when I was like 5 years old, I went to Florida with my mom, as good little Jewish kids from Long Island do. And then
to Boca?
Yeah, around there. Pretty close, actually. My parents now have a house in Boca. It's Jewish law, I think, is what it is. But I came home, and my dad had bought an Apple IIc computer. Now, this computer was $12,000. It's ridiculous to think about it. And it's sitting on the dining room table, and I was like enamored by it. And I got really into it, and then we had computers at school. I was fortunate to have computers at school growing up. And we had some original Mac classics, and the 5th grade computer teacher was like, wait till you get to 6th grade when they're in color. And I was like, right? Get into 6th grade, LC, the Mac LC was there. I ended up buying an LC2, always loved it. I became like the person who helped out the computer teacher in school and stuff like that. Went to college, got into PCs for a while. Did go to the dark side because I was really big into like building them, right?
Right, and you could build a PC, you couldn't build
build a Mac. And then graduated college in 2002. At the time, we used to say it was the worst economy in the world, but like we've learned our lesson 23 years later, right?
Yeah.
And I was away on vacation with a friend of mine. My sister, who was living in the city, had a eMac. It was the white educational model.
Yeah, the all-in-one.
Needed help with it. Called some local company, got the guy's business card, and so I called the company. I was like, "Hey, look, I'm looking for a job. If you're looking for someone," and I went in and I interviewed and I started working, and they hired me basically on the spot. And I worked for this Apple consultancy, who then sold it to a local ISP, who flushed it down the toilet. And so, 2008, I left and I started my own company, and I've grown it since for the last 17 years. And from there, started a conference. I've written a book. We've acquired companies. We've grown beyond Apple consultancy. Now we're an Apple authorized service provider, meaning we can fix hardware. So like I've kind of like entrepreneured my way out of it.
You're the man. Go ahead and say it. You're the man.
Yeah, no, I'm the man now, dog. Yeah, I try to be. I really want to be. Also, is kind of the thing. Like I want my name to be, kind of jokingly about the egotistical thing. Like I want my name to be synonymous with what it means to be an Apple consultant. Okay. I want people who are in the Apple Consultants Network, which is the Apple MSP program at Apple, to like know who I am and come to me and stuff like that.
Doesn't that require wearing a black turtleneck shirt every day?
My black turtleneck and my Levi 501s and my New Balances. Yes. Eventually, I will get. I've actually gotten to the point, funny enough, that where I only wear like a white T-shirt or a black T-shirt now. I've stopped wearing other colored T-shirts and things. So I'm trimming it down.
So I've heard of that, and I've always thought, how weird.
It is kind of weird.
But if you look behind the rationale, Dave Letterman actually used to only buy one color socks.
Right.
To go with all of his suits.
All his suits, yeah.
Because it's like, why waste time figuring out which socks go with which suit?
Unless I'm going out for the evening to somewhere nice, like I don't have time to worry about that. I have things I need to get done.
So you white or black. You always wear jeans, right?
Yeah,
so
jeans, yeah.
It's going to go with any of that.
Onitsu Tiger Mexico 66 sneakers of whatever shade.
Okay.
I'm only wearing this because I want to look nice.
Because I thought you were going to say because you were cold.
Yeah. No, I just want to look. I don't look great in just a T-shirt.
You were cold, and your wife gave you the cardigan.
Yeah. She's like, "Wear your professor sweater. You look fancy." I was like, all right. I want to stand out in a sea of blue button downs. You're not a button down. You're wearing a polo. Actually, you want to hear a really funny story about this?
Blue polos?
Yeah. I'm at another event, I'm not going to say who, but they were giving everybody headshots. They were doing free headshots, right? And if
we know that event. I've been there.
Yeah. So there was one in New Jersey, and if you scan through all the photos, there's just everybody standing there perfectly, like, just like this, perfectly still.
Well, because that's what the camera guy tells you to do.
And if you scroll,
and tilt your head.
But then if you see my headshot, it's me being like, yeah. And I have a second one like, and I've made that my professional headshot.
There you go.
For everything, yeah.
All right. Well, at least it's not an iguana.
I try to I want to bring a little flavor and a little spice to the MSP.
Well, listen, you're the Mac guy at the PC conferences.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can be a little weird.
That's actually why we're here. My guys that are here, like, our goal is to meet a lot of the PC MSPs and, like, offensively tell them, please stop trying to do the Macs. Just let us do it.
Really? There people are trying? Because I don't do that. I've got a Mac guy in my area that if somebody brings back. No, this guy.
See, but you're smart about it. That's why you run a show. A lot of them aren't. They feel like they can do it, and they feel. What I've run into is that a lot of PC MSPs, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot, tend to believe that they can handle the Mac because they can handle the PCs. But there's so much nuance and magic to how the Apple deployment is the perfect example.
Oh, Apple deployment. Okay, as a Microsoft guy, I first came across Apple deployment, and I'm like, this sucks.
No.
That's because I'm like, this isn't anything like. It's too complicated.
No, see, hold on. You can buy a Mac, have it enrolled in Apple Business Manager, have Apple Business Manager connected to your MDM. All of this is preset. The customer buys the computer, turns it on, and it says, "Thank you for buying a computer that's owned by Uncle Marv's. Click continue," and then the rest of it sets up for you in the background.
I understand that, but coming from the PC world, where customers are cheap, and because I had a healthcare organization where we had to do that, and that was the only way to get them, the iPads online. What? And we want to use the same email address. We want to use the same PIN number. And I'm like, can't do that.
do that.
And they're like,
but that's not the Apple's fault. That's the human's fault.
I know, but that's how, that's how perception works.
Right. That is true. I mean, I think the onboarding process, because like I have a couple clients who do have PCs, right? Like we can't be snotty about it. We can't be snotty about it. Well, and there's also that bookkeeper who's like, Excel is different. I'm like, it's fine, leave it alone. But the fact that I'll sit on a PC and press the button for Chrome and then wait and press the button for Chrome again and continue to wait and press it for a third time and then it opens up 50 Chrome windows.
The 8 windows and,
Why do we still accept that in 2025?
Because we get calls and we can charge.
No. We need to hold these people to a higher authority to do it.
Listen, that's a whole nother debate. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So there was a customer that we took over as an MSP, and we had about 7 Macs that we had to enroll. And we did it just so that we could have remote access. I didn't really care about the other stuff.
Sure.
That is probably one of the things that MSPs fight most with, is trying to manage Macs when you just simply can't, because, even to do remote access, customers got to give you permission. Somebody's got to be there to click that box.
Yeah.
What is the difference in the worlds when it comes to managing, what most MSPs deal with in the PC space versus what you're dealing with in the Mac space? Because a lot of the Mac people that I talk to like you that are like, it's fantastic. Why don't we see that?
You don't see that. I feel like PC MSPs, because it's not your fault. It's not the PC MSP's fault. It's the vendor's fault, right? And they put up a lot of blocks that are in the way. Apple is security focused, and there's a lot of pre-baked in security into your Mac, such as if I want to remote into someone's computer, most of the time I'm supposed to hit the button that says allow me in, and they have to click it. There are ways around that, right? I also think that, let's say 2 years ago, there was a big shift between PC MSPs and Mac MSPs. Mac MSPs started to use the 3-letter acronym PSA, and PC MSPs started to use the 3-letter acronym MDM. What you use as your MDM will make or break you. When you have a PC MSP that is force-feeding Macs into Intune, it doesn't work. And I know this for a fact because I am fully certified in this. Intune does not have all of the token grabbing, key grabbing, whatever you want to call it, tools that are needed to properly take care of a Mac. Intune is built to take care of Windows. If you want to manage a Mac, use a Mac MDM. And that sucks because you have to be in 2 tools.
Like a Jamf or an Adigy.
Jamf, Adigy. We're an Adigy shop through and through. We've been with Adigy since the very beginning.
See, I know the.
That's great. So there's like 4 big ones. There's only 2 or 3 that I would count. They both have their pluses and minuses, right? Certifications, the whole 9. We love Adigy because Adigy has something that none of the other MDMs have, which is live terminal. So much like I could sit go to the terminal app on a Mac, I can do that remotely through a web page in Adigy to a client's computer.
Yeah, so like background for a PC.
Exactly, like background CMD or whatever it is, right? It's great because as soon as I get like a hit, like so-and-so has a Chrome extension that doesn't work, I don't have to bother them. I can just live term it in, kill it, done. Yeah. So I also think the ease, the fight over like which is easier is really your skill set more than anything else, right? Like if you put me in front of a Windows server, I'm going to have no idea what to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you're using it for and what you start learning with. And,
exactly.
If you're, doing, the video graphics type stuff, most people start with Macs.
Yeah.
And that's great. Music stuff, I think, is...
But it's knowing your limitations. That's where MSPs fail. Because...
Well, MSPs can do anything.
They can't. Dude, I'm gonna tell. Well, you said we're a straight shooter. Tell me the truth.
I'm telling you, that's what they think.
That's what they think.
That's not what I think.
Right.
I stay in my lane, and my lane is super small.
Yeah.
I'm a boutique MSP. I don't try to be a $10 million MSP.
Right.
Because I've got other issues.
I don't try to be a 10 million. I've told this to my entire team that
you want to shoot a rocket ship up into the sky.
No.
People think
I want a private jet with the virtual logo on the bottom of it that goes from wing to wing. And I had made a comment to my team that we said we would get a Gulfstream 280, and then I realized that that's the low end.
I was going to say, you got at least a G6. Man.
I have to get a Gulfstream 380 because I don't want to go to private jet parties being like, oh, you got the little one? I don't think I can handle it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to be a $10 million MSP. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It doesn't matter. But my point is that, like, know what you know and stay with that. Like, the fact that you stay in your lane, you're already miles ahead of so many other PC MSPs that I know. I went to a networking event, BNI or one of those things, right? And they had a PC MSP there, and they were like, okay, we'll let you come because you don't do the same stuff because you don't one. And I said to the PC MSP guy, like, hey, are you doing any Mac stuff? And he's like, yeah, we do Macs every now and then whenever it shows up. I was like, listen, why don't you not do it? Just give it to me. Like, we can trade off. I have PCs I can give you, and I'm like, I don't know PCs, and I know you don't know Mac. Like, we'll just trade off, okay? I get a phone call from the guy who runs the group. He's like, you're not allowed to come back anymore. I pissed him off by saying that he doesn't know how to do Mac. I'm like, how fragile are you to get the truth about this?
Well, maybe your delivery is a little harsh.
I'm from New York, man.
Okay, well, maybe you need to go back to New York. I don't know.
No.
Where was the BNI party at?
In New Jersey?
Oh, they're worse. They're more arrogant than New Yorkers.
Yeah, maybe.
I hear.
Maybe it's the delivery. Maybe it's the delivery, right? But the truth is,
but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you listen. So we're at a conference where, well, let me rephrase that. Some vendors in our space will tell you own everything on the network.
Yes.
So MSPs try to own everything on the network.
Yeah.
That's what we're told to do.
Even if you, but the thing is, like, and this is where I try to fight that, right? Own everything on the network. Cool. What if the network is an Aruba network that has a bunch of PCs on it, okay? You are a Meraki guy.
Rip it out.
That doesn't...
Rip and replace.
No,
that's part of the onboarding.
But that's not owning.
Sure it is. If you rip out what's there, put in your stuff, then you own the network.
So you would never go in being like, I can handle the Aruba stuff? No, you're going to rip and replace.
Me, personally?
Well, we're just generalizing you as an MSP.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, but my point here is that if you're going to own everything on the network and you're going to rip and replace this, you can't rip and replace the Macs.
True, you cannot.
It's a knowledge thing. That's what I'm trying to get to, right? Like, it's a knowledge thing.
Yeah.
Either learn Macs, learn the truth behind it, learn the secrecy behind it, learn whatever you want, the magic sauce that it is. Go get certified. Here's one that I think is a great piece.
Are you going to offend anybody by saying this?
I'm going to offend everybody.
Okay.
No. I went to an event, I went to an Apple event, and we were talking about compliance. Compliance has become a real big hot topic in our industry in general, and especially on the Mac side. I can have a Mac be NIST compliant in 2 weeks. It will take a PC 9+ months.
So?
That's important for a lot of people, though.
It's important for some.
But I'm saying, like, there's a knowledge, if I gave a PC MSP, hey, make this Mac NIST compliant, right? It's knowledge. It's knowing these things. Yeah. It's knowing all the intricacies of it. I don't ask, my plumber to do my electrical work.
You do in South Florida. Because they do everything.
Sure. But, like, you get my point, right?
I do.
It's
I get
a
your
knowledge
point.
thing here.
Yeah.
Either do it right or don't do it. Don't think that you can do it because Macs are easy.
Well, I don't think anybody ever believed Macs were easy.
They're not.
They're different.
Yeah, they are different.
They're different.
Yeah.
Don't offend, everybody. You're different. You're special.
It's late. It's 4:00 Denver time. It's 6 o'clock my time.
6 o'clock my time.
And I'm on, let's see, 11 hours of sleep in 48 hours. So yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
So let me ask you this question: why'd you want to be a podcaster?
I really enjoy this. Okay. I really enjoy talking to people. I enjoy knowing that the things I'm saying can help other people. I really do enjoy helping other people. And one of my personal passions is helping other companies grow. I do that through technology, through Virtua. I do that through my conference, helping the other Apple consultants grow. And I do that through the podcasting and business coaching, where I'm talking to somebody and being like, tell me what your problems are. Tell me what's going on in your work and how can we work through that and grow your business. And I've had, people have come to me and worked through that stuff and grown their business. And I just really love seeing that happen. Like, seeing someone's business blossom, knowing that I had a piece of it, even if I'm not getting paid, it doesn't matter. But like seeing that, like it
matters.
No, but it means much more emotionally to me.
Okay.
Right? Like, it warms the cockles of my heart.
So you have empathy.
Yeah. Don't tell my wife this, but yes, I have empathy.
Well, listen, she married you. Her mistake.
Yeah, 100%. I tell her that every day.
And she stays. Mine too.
Yeah, can't help it. But yeah, I do have the empathy. I mean, I love the conference that I host, ACES, which is the business side of IT consulting for Apple consultants. People who come year after year, I have people who come and they come year after year and they say, like, they're showing me 20, 30% year-over-year growth from the stuff they're learning at the conference that I'm putting on. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So since you've plugged it now twice, tell us now, when is the conference? Where is the conference? How can people get involved?
Yeah, so we just did our 11th year a couple of weeks ago in Austin.
Okay.
We'll do it again probably next May. Every year I say I'm not doing it again, and my wife goes, here we go. Yeah, probably next May, acesconf.com, acesconf.com for details.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
And same place, or you move it around?
No, we move it around, yeah. So this year we were in Austin only because Apple finally got involved with us, and it was really awesome. We got to do a partial day on Apple campus in Austin and do a training with the enterprise team there, which is so dope.
All right. And now you should have probably already been on the ground running for next year. So any details? Do you know where you're going to be?
No. You know what it is? I had ACES, and then I had like a week off. Now I'm here. Oh no, I had IT Connect. IT Connect?
Secure. IT Nation Secure?
No, hold on. I'll get this right. Channel programs.
Channel program. Okay.
The blue one, not the orange one. Channel programs?
One of those. Company? I don't know.
One of the channel companies did a show in Jersey, and then I had like a week off, then I had a week, and then I had this. So like, I haven't even thought about it. I do have some ideas. I really want to go to South Carolina. I love Charleston. It's such a good food.
Ooh,
you know why I picked the places? Because I want to go eat food. South Carolina.
Are you a foodie?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Are you a snooty foodie?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Do you ever eat sushi from a grocery store?
I mean, I have.
Okay. So you're not a real foodie then?
I don't on the regular.
I had Brooke Lee on earlier, and she's got the sushi. You never eat sushi from a restaurant or a conference or anything.
Oh yeah. Do you ever see? There's an SNL bit where Pete Davidson orders the sushi at LaGuardia Airport. Oh yeah, you got to watch that one. They break into a big song and dance.
I haven't watched SNL since the original cast.
Yeah. Well, you should watch this one. It's good. But yeah, I like making food. I like food. I like going places for food. Yeah, Charleston has a great food town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Possibly. You heard it here first. An exclusive on Uncle Mars.
Could be.
Could be true.
Could not.
Who knows?
What about Rock Hill?
Where's Rock Hill?
South Carolina. It's just below Charlotte.
Sure.
They do a cornhole competition there.
Ooh. There's nothing like watching a bunch of nerds try to play cornhole.
Especially when they're getting beat by an 18-year-old kid.
That's never good. Yeah, it'll be fun. No, it's always a good show, and it's just funny. Brad Gross, everybody knows Brad Gross.
Yeah, but he's not a Mac guy.
No, but he spoke at the conference this year.
Okay.
He's here at PAX 8. I mean, I saw him earlier talking to him.
He's got a booth. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a whole booth, right? Because he's doing his MSP contract terms. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this afternoon. I haven't been, I've never been to one of these, so this is all new and exciting.
All right. Well, try not to offend too many people.
I'll do my best.
And enjoy the keynotes, because, Carl Lewis, you're going to watch that?
Yeah, probably.
And Neil
deGrasse Tyson. I'm actually on the midnight flight out of here tomorrow, so I can see Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Midnight.
Well, it was either that or 4 p.m.
Just leave the next day.
I don't have a room.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll make it work. Look, this is what we do in the MSP industry. We make things work.
Yeah, but you could have made that work a little easier.
So, you know what?
Oh, it's just an extra. It's just a 1 day over click on the website when you're reserving.
I didn't book it.
You didn't book it. Who booked it?
When we were looking, because I have my team here. Someone on my team.
You can't. All right.
I can't take blame for it. I didn't think it through.
You can't delegate stuff like that.
I know. You know what? You know what's really funny is that I've been complaining about this enough to my team that all my Instagram ads are for like, do you need company-wide airline support? I'm like, no, I don't. This is like a one-off.
They're going to get tired of this podcast episode if they ever listen.
Yeah.
They're like, you do is complain about us.
Look, this is now Uncle Marv's After Dark. Let's get real talk here, guys. Okay? It's hard, this industry, but you're going to make it. I promise you.
You'll survive.
You'll do it.
28 years. How many for you?
17.
No, you're just a baby. You haven't hit the 2-decade mark yet.
I'm just as jaded, though. I hate computers.
No, you don't.
I do. I hate computers.
No, you hate people that work with computers that don't listen to you.
No, I hate people, period, and I hate computers. This is definitely now a podcast like ours. This is one of those like.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I usually when I'm tuning in, getting ready for my show, and I'm listening to you, I'm like, what the? I got to turn this off.
Don't turn it off.
I have to. I got to focus.
We need the listeners.
You need the clicks.
We need the listener click through on the. I don't know what they call that. The RSS feed, whatever the podcasting tool that Eric uses. Check us out.
Well, the YouTube is different than the RSS feed.
Yeah, do both. Subscribe, like, ring the bell. That's what I said. I was doing Damien's show, and it was the second time I was on his show, and I was like, I'm gonna do your intro for you. And he's like, what? And I was like, and I did the All Things intro, but just swapped out All Things for Damien. I was like, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the MSP Mindset Show. I'm not Damien Stevens. He's like, what is happening here? Yeah, we're here to make friends.
Yeah. First time we've met in person.
Yeah.
Actually, did you even really know me before today?
Had no idea.
Yeah, see?
And now we're besties. Besties for life.
I've watched the show. I was going to say I clicked the thing, but I didn't.
You had to do your research on me before I got here. I am wondering what your listeners are thinking at this point, now that we're like 25 minutes in and we haven't mentioned it.
So it depends on which order that they're listening to the shows on, because at this point they're probably like, he's already done 12 from PAX 8 Beyond. I don't think I'm listening anymore. But then they're going to be like, who's this Justin guy?
Yeah.
He's not a vendor.
Not a vendor.
So they might listen. Or the 5 All Things MSP crossover listeners that we have will be like, oh, Justin's on.
We should do a crossover. You want to do a crossover episode?
We've done that.
No, but I haven't done it.
No, you haven't. It's a lot of work.
Fine, just join our StreamYard.
We'll figure it out.
We join your StreamYard. You join. What if we do like you ever watch like? Do you use TikTok? Are you a TikTok guy?
No, I'm not.
All right, so
I'm old, man.
I love. Wait, no way.
I'm old. Yes.
You're like 35.
I am not on the TikTok.
I like TikTok, and I enjoy TikTok, but they do this thing where like there's 2 people who are live at the same time, and you can only hear one audio unless you find the other person's thing.
What?
Yeah, it's like an interesting, and they would like play games against one another. Like, guys, click for we're gonna beat Uncle Marv. Click, and it's how they make money. But we should definitely do that.
Do you have to have like 10,000 followers before you do that?
No idea how. All right,
well, let's research that and see if we can do it.
Yeah, let's get an assistant.
So, but can we? Oh no, I don't have enough viewers to stream on TikTok.
I don't even have.
I used to stream on Twitch, and they booted me because I didn't have enough.
Bastards. Excuse me, Twitch. This man is a legend.
Actually, but let's figure out the TikTok thing and do the battling podcast.
If you're listening right now and you know how to use TikTok, please send us an email at oldguys@unclemarv.com. I'm assuming that's what the domain is.
UncleMarv.com does exist.
Okay, good. Now you're going to have to make an email address before dinner's over because you're going to get...
No, people know how to reach me. They'll be like, Marv, what's up?
This is definitely an After Dark episode.
Yes, this is it. And we got to get ready because somebody's speaking soon. I want to go see them.
Okay.
So, Justin, nice to meet you.
Yeah, man.
I'll report back to Eric.
This has been fun.
And he'll probably be like, whatever. Glad you got to experience my joy.
I am a delight. Dude, pleasure.
Afternoon delight, folks. You heard it. Justin Esgar, All Things MSP, and say the name of your company again?
Virtual Computers and ACES Conference.
I was trying to think of that song, like the G6.
Oh, yeah. and the guy who's getting a private jet. If you want to join our private jet club.
You know he keeps a private jet. That's it, folks. We'll see you later. Holla.